Don't be afraid. It's only friendly fire. Hello, internet fans. It's your old pal Rottin Roger DeMarco here from 3bproductionco.com. And this week, we're going to be talking about Larry Cohen and Bill Lustig's 1996 film, Uncle Sam. This is a collaboration video with Hey, Isn't That Devon Graham? So I'm gonna pass the video over to him in a minute so you can get his thoughts and then come back to see me. So let's see what he has to say.
Hey everybody, Drew here from Hey, Isn't That Devon Graham? And today I'm gonna give you some brief thoughts on Uncle Sam from 1996. Straight to video mid-90s slasher directed by William Lustig, who of course did Maniac in 1981. There are a couple of cool actors in this film. You got Isaac Hayes Chef himself and PJ Souls, Hey, Isn't That Devon Graham herself. Now with Uncle Sam, there are two things I'm looking for, as it is a mid-90s straight-to-video slasher, and that would be campiness and good kills. And you get both in this movie, one of which is centered around fireworks. If you haven't seen this film before, I recommend that you do and enjoy that glory for yourself. Now there isn't too much the narrative of Uncle Sam. You simply have Sam Harper, who's resurrected from the dead and is enacting vengeance on some unpatriotic Americans. He does so in great fashion, of course, throughout the 4th of July little festival this town is having, and the kills, like I said in this movie, do deliver. There is some great campiness, and I highly recommend that you check this movie out if you haven't. When it comes to mid-90s slashers straight to video, I'm just looking for good campiness and good kills, and I get both of them in this one. I'm going to let my buddy Rottin Roger talk to you about the rest of this film. You guys have a great day.
Hi! Welcome back. Here we go. Here is your plot breakdown for Uncle Sam. Soldier Sam Harper is killed accidentally with friendly fire. His corpse is shipped back home so that his family can bury him. Only thing is, he wakes up and starts killing unpatriotic pieces of shit. Shitty people. He wakes up and starts killing shitty people for America. Now, before we get into my overall thoughts of this film, first, let's take a look at
Rottin Rogers! Splatter facts.
We have 13 dead bodies. We have 2 titties. We have stilt pervin. We have Nazi punks, fuck off. We have killer one-liners. Can't have a slasher without them. We have one wheelchair-bound blind psychic. That's tough to say. We have idiot rib chopping. No one cuts ribs like that. We have sack race savagery. And we have exploding cannonballs. Yeah, because that's how cannonballs work. They fucking blow up on impact.
Sure.
The methods of death include, but are not limited to, point over here, let you know that this is where they usually appear. Friendly fire, off-screened,
God damn it.
broken neck, buried alive, hung up, decapitated, Lincolned, grilled, blown up, and flagpoled. Okay, so now on to my overall thoughts of this film. Guys, I can't say enough good things about this movie, really. You have Larry Cohen writing, you have Bill Lustig back directing. For those of you who don't know this dynamic team and what they are capable of, look no further than the Maniac Cop trilogy. If you're new to the channel, we fucking love Maniac Cop around here. Sorry, not sorry. These guys together do a wonderful job. Larry Cohen and Bill Lustig together creating another iconic killer. There's something about the look of Sam Harper in this movie, without the costume and with the costume. It's incredible. The effects are top notch. He's this emaciated, rotted corpse that he's always kind of oozy and slimy, and he's got these really gnarly eyes just in zombie form. He is terrifying. But then you go a step further and you put him in this Uncle Sam costume, which obviously I don't need to tell you the subtext. It's right there in red, white, and blue, if you will. It's a great look for a killer. There's a great motive for this killer, picking off people who are unpatriotic, people who are just assholes defacing the American flag. They're racist, they're doing bad things. Uncle Sam sort of steps in and we take it up a notch. We turn this up to 11. It's pretty violent. It's an excuse for them to stack up bodies, sure, but you get a lot of political subtext, and some of it is clearly not even subtext. It's right in your face, and it's super fun, and it's a little bit deeper than it's given credit for because it is just a slasher film, but it's got some good, neat underlying themes to it. This movie has been a staple in my library and in my life for years. Some of the things that are a little bit odd about this film that I question, but it's okay, I go along for the ride. You have the lead character, Jody, who is obsessed with his Uncle Sam, and he wants to be a soldier, wants to be just like his Uncle Sam. There's a spot in the film where there's a picture of his Uncle Sam that falls down and the glass breaks. And then Jody steps on the glass and the blood gets on the picture of his Uncle Sam. And during this sequence, the corpse of Uncle Sam opens his eyes. So my question is, would he have remained dead had Jody's blood not gotten on the picture? Did the blood, is this some sort of voodoo thing? Is this some sort of bloodline, your family bloodline resurrecting you to exact vengeance? It's not really clear why he comes back. It's a little muddy, and I'll be goddamned if it's not hilarious, but awesome at the same time. This movie does a really good job of just showing what this death in the family can do to the family element. Sam has been gone at war for a while. His wife has sort of moved on. She's only making out with the sheriff. She's not boinking him. And then she gets the news that he has passed away, and it sort of throws a monkey wrench in the entire family. All these feelings start coming back about how he was a terrible person, he was a terrible husband, he was a terrible brother. It's insinuated that maybe he raped his sister, which is Jody's mom. They go in a roundabout way and say, this guy's a piece of shit. Yeah, he was a soldier, but he was a bad, bad guy. To let you know that when he comes back, he's obviously gonna be off his fucking rocker and murdering people. Another thing that sticks out to me in this movie is you can definitely tell this is pre-Columbine. You have the kid, Jody, who is obsessed with war, obsessed with army, obsessed with murder, essentially. Always coming to school in fucking camouflage pants and a red and blue striped shirt, which doesn't even match, you little fucking idiot. And he has like an ammo canister, and he brings that to school. You can tell this is before Columbine, because they'd have stopped that little fucker at the front door and beat his ass, or at least searched him. Something about this movie that truly sets it apart from the stack of films that came out around that time. And you look, this is 1996, so this is the same time that Scream came out and sort of changed the genre. Everything after Scream started to look like Scream. And this is sort of that last hurrah of direct-to-video, super gnarly slasher films with an undead killer. You know, we got a lot of those, but this one really stands on top of the heap. One of the notable things about this movie is that you have Isaac Hayes playing the role of Jed, who was sort of a mentor to Sam Harper and sort of filled his head full of these stories of war and how great war was and being this hero, and he regrets it and he lives with it every day. He spends the movie sort of being a new mentor for Jody and telling Jody not to be a soldier. You have to know what you're fighting for and believe in what you're fighting for, and he sort of takes a stand against Uncle Sam in the finale of the film. And he does a great job. He has such a smooth, genuine approach to this character. You can't help but feel for him and relate to him, and you care for him as this character. He does phenomenal. It has this sort of view, almost from a child's perspective, of how children perceive and view their family. Because Jody seems to have these rose-colored glasses on whenever he talks about his Uncle Sam. He sees that Uncle Sam was a hero, he was a great man, he had never done anything wrong, he was always nice to Jody, things like that, but he had never seen the full picture of how mean of a husband and how mean of a brother that Sam was. It's subtle, it's there, it's neat how just a few lines of dialogue can really make you think. Kids, they really only see what they want to see. They don't see the full picture, and how a child who has been abused or has been around abuse can still look at an abuser and see someone that they love and see someone that they care about. There's a lot of weird stuff in this movie like that, and it gets discounted, and that is just not fair. On top of all the political subtext, on top of the family dynamic, it still is very much a 90s grindhouse style slasher film. It has a very 80s vibe to it, but a mid-90s look. It's just a slasher film that completely gets discounted because people tend to only look at the surface of a film. In my personal opinion, this movie is 100% popcorn as fuck because it's a Friday night film. It's an excuse to stack bodies, to show a pair of tits, let a killer in a cool costume run loose and cause problems, but giving you enough subtext and enough underlying themes to make it a little deeper than you would expect. It stands above so many of those late 90s slasher films that it's not even funny. This movie never gets talked about, never gets recognition, and it deserves it. So if you haven't seen this movie, please seek this movie out and check it out for the first time. And if you have seen it, but you don't remember it being that great, why not dust it off, check it out again, and see if your opinions have changed over the years, because I know my opinions change. Maybe yours have too. So if you need to see it, click the link in the description and get a copy of Uncle Sam today. But I suppose I should probably get going, because after all, there's a lot of movies out there, and somebody's got to watch them. So why not me, right? That's not right. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go. I'm gone.